You know what it is, the Front Left podcast, Front Left of all conversations. You got myself, Tazza, and I'm joined with
Trick or Tree,
Josh, left, yes.
And today is just us three today.
You know what's funny? When you said that, I was thinking, oh, who's the special guest? I was looking around, it's like, oh shit.
Nah, it's just the Front Left boys.
It's a bonanza.
It's just us three, because how do you man feel? Because we're 1 year.
Hey, first of all,
Happy birthday.
happy birthday, man.
Just
Many happy returns on your
solar
day.
returns and them lot.
First of all, I don't want to say happy birthday to
Yourself.
No, to Front Left. I want to say first, happy Zambian Independence Day. Chibukushek. First of all,
I'm sorry, I can't even bring you any because I don't back that stuff. That's
happy
nasty.
Zambian, because 1/3 of us is Zambianese. So that's Tezza. And
Where's the knees come from?
that's what they call themselves. I'll make the rules, that's your people.
There's no Chinese in my family, bro.
Zambianese, man.
you know.
Zambianese.
That's the new
for
wave.
reals, man. Nah,
And then
serious.
happy 1 year to Front Left, innit?
I think time's flown by. Everyone, even people messaging me saying, "Bro, it's been a year already." I remember when you did the first one.
Yeah.
I had someone saying that to me the other day, and I was like, "Yeah, you guys been avid listeners. If you've been,
The funniest thing is people are like, oh, you've upgraded the studio, you've moved to a new I'm like, nah, this is still the same location.
it does look like a completely different place, though."
Yeah. Remember when we had that big table and then the
I
screen?
like the table. I liked it. It seemed professional.
Yeah, but it was
One was there
too
looking at like news night.
coming through like free shop at McDonald's right now.
That was so funny. I just remember when you did the intro, didn't you?
Yeah.
On the first one, and then I was just like, trick or treat.
Oh yeah, man.
The video,
Wow.
that video, I always watch back that video. I was like,
Yeah.
shit. I was like, this is episode 1, the Front Left podcast. I was like, shit. I was making up as I was going along in my head.
Do you know when you look at it though? Yeah, like I know that's a year, but I look at it and I think, wow, we look bare young.
What do you mean? We
No, I
do?
think we look a bit different. We did look a bit.
You look different?
Yeah, I think
I'm
so.
looking-
I'm not saying.
No, I'm chubby, man. What the fuck?
Shit.
No, but when you watch it, I feel even like how we just like sit and like how we like
But you
conversate
couldn't
with
really do that on them chairs.
You still was doing
them.
that.
Exactly, this guy. just army to be up here all the time.
I was enjoying, bro.
Now you can tell the growth and the.
I haven't risked it all in a
That's true. Oh, yeah, that
Hey.
intros are sick, you know.
Hey, I'm ready to risk it all. Hey, what am I risking for our 1 year birthday, man? First of all, I'm ready to risk Boris Johnson.
I think we all want to risk.
I'm gonna risk them
trust.
10 p.m. cavies for you, love. I'll risk
serious.
it. Hey, I'll risk this year because this year's over, man. Like, yo, I'm risking it all.
Oh, mad.
But it's changed. It's changed a lot.
Nah, it has changed.
Has, man. What was your most favorite pod?
Most favorite pod. Oh, I don't know, you know, because do you know what I always say? Even though they weren't that good during lockdown, there was some that were really sick.
The
And
COVID ones.
yeah, there was like a few combos that were like they were actually sick, but because they were all over Zoom and there was no video recordings, like the quality wasn't as good. Because I remember we did one on like body image, positivity and stuff. That one was sick, and that one we did about schools and grades.
That was sick.
I can't remember.
I enjoyed that one.
That we all enjoyed it. We all said it was like really good because we were surprised that we could like actually bang it out on Zoom. How we did.
Yeah, we did it on Zoom.
Yeah. I wonder if you can like remaster them and then just put the.
I don't know, you know,
sound
because the audio was kind of a bit mad. Even though I tried, it was just
No, but
it's a bit grainy.
maybe
It was very grainy.
maybe you could take parts from it. But favorite pod. I'm trying to think. Favorite pod.
My favorite pod was it's a bit of a wild card one, and you would never have me guessed it. When Dexter and you were going back.
That was another good one, actually. I'm not gonna lie. That was
Because what are you saying? I was right. Someone else said it to me. He was like, "You're right." I was like, "I am right. I'm right." Just couldn't handle the heat.
Jeez.
No, it was a good pod. What's yours? I'm still thinking of what my favorite one is. I don't have one, but when you watch back the old ones,
Yeah.
there was one that we did when I remember because I watched it the other day and I had a glass of red wine
Hey. I said I'll set the mood.
No, because we had a conversation. It was about when you were talking about like not homeless people. What you call people in care homes, and you were saying like the rates of people in care homes of catching STIs.
STIs is mad
just
thing.
mad.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Maya Jama and Georgia Smith,
Okay.
and
That was that whole debate who's better, Maya
yeah,
or Georgia.
yeah. But we don't discriminate because we like all the black queens. But
of course.
Do you know Moja?
Huh?
Do you know Moja?
Who's Moja?
Do you not know her?
I don't know.
You don't know Moja?
No, have you mixed Maya and Georgia? I was thinking, this guy mixing the names.
Moja.
Yeah.
The way you made it out like it was actually so.
I had to say it stint. Do you know Moja? I was like, Moja? Moja? Yeah.
Actually, I like the episode with Gaia. The
Yeah,
first
the
one we
first
did.
one.
That one was a really
First
good
one.
one.
That's like one of my favourite ones.
That's one when Gaia wanted to beef you.
She did. She wanted to fight. But someone else said what I said was right because it was the Caroline fact thing, innit?
Yes.
And she was like, rah. But someone else said to me, like, you're actually kind
I
of
think
right.
everyone's kind of point of view on it was everyone had valid points.
Quite solid.
It was just because
yeah.
everyone was passionate, so it was just heated. And then you could just see in Guy's face, she was getting like,
she's like,
yeah.
I'll beef you up, man.
But who do you reckon? This is putting people on the spot a bit. But who do you reckon we've had the best guest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best guess.
I won't say best guess,
Okay.
but the one that really actually two that stand out for me. One was Lawrence. No,
Okay,
three.
yeah.
One was Lawrence.
Are you gonna take all of them?
We've
Are
got
you
better
saying
guests.
I know you said pick one, and you said
three because they're all on equal playing
Okay,
field.
so 3 joint.
No, I got 5 actually.
This guy, amazing on this list.
I got 5. One was Lawrence because it made me think like rock because I've never really been interested in Liverpool history because I'm first gen.
Yeah.
So it's never really been to me like, yo, black people, Liverpool. And everyone that I know is first gen. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's like the history that's been made is with us now.
yeah. So everyone
Yeah.
I know is like, your mum and dad are from Zambia. Your mum and dad is from Ghana and Cameroon. My mum is from Nigeria. Like, even from our immediate, it's like, the only person I know that his parents was born here was Abe's mum.
Yeah. And that's
But his
one
dad's
half.
from Nigeria.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that's, if I could say that history is only from Abe. Everyone else are kind of, our mums all came here at the same time. Like,
yeah, more or less.
yeah, like, so that's how I've known it. So the education I got from Lawrence was really good.
Yeah.
On a Mission.
Yeah, that's the one.
On a
I
Mission
would've
was
gone
like,
with.
is that intro? I still laugh.
Oh, I rewatched it the other day so many times. It's sick. We had a
studio.
Positivity platform, baby.
I was like, On a Mission came in with the vibes in it. Like, you really came in proper. The third one would be Colour Day and
Which-
Gaia.
The joint one.
Yeah. But we're just talking about guests.
Yeah.
I won't say, but like what Colour Day said and the passion, and then his story as well. I like that. Like, it's different because as well. I don't want to get too deep into it if you haven't heard it, but I would say for people to go back to listen to Colour Day's episode, the one by himself as well.
Yeah.
Gaia with Colour Day and Gaia by herself as well. And then I got one more person now. Who was it? Malika.
The Malika one.
Malika one was a very good one as well. But don't let me take this away from everyone else, because if you asked me this before lockdown, I would have said like it was Gaia, Garth, Sis.
Yeah.
Abe. Abe was sick.
Nat one was good
Nat
as well.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, it changes.
Yeah.
It changes. So this is what I'm saying. If you asked me like 3 months ago, I would have gave you a whole completely different one, and it would change again by January next year.
Well,
So Garth Sis one was really good as well. Wait, I need to give Flutter some props. Because everyone messages me about Flutter's
my
voice.
mum was telling me she loved it.
Everybody loves Flutter. Like, oh man, I always get like bombarded with messages like, oh, she's just nice, the voice, her personality,
her voice.
energy. She's just great. So shout out Flutter. She smashed it. So yeah.
To be honest, thank you to all the guests
All
that
the
we've
guests.
had on. But like, I just asked that question because obviously when it got to the 1 year thing, I was looking through old videos on your phone as you do, and you forget how much like content we actually have produced.
Yeah.
Because, like, even though I feel like we could have done more, it's been the right amount, and it's been a lot of good stuff. Because I feel like sometimes when some people throw out stuff, there's levels that dip. Some people throw out really good stuff, then it's a bit, then it's good, then it's a bit mid. But I think with us, I'm not just saying it because we're on the pod together, but I actually, when you look back at it, as like watching it as if like you're watching it again for the first time. Like I watched the Hope episode the other day from start to finish again.
I forgot Hope was
yeah,
there
exactly.
Too. But it would have been a good time to get Hope to speak about that because that kid.
Yeah, I know.
The football
but
kid.
There's someone else I can get for that, so I'll ask someone who's been through something similar. So
yeah, Hope's one was really good. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. We've did so many.
I think my favourite one before we had the break was after we went to the Shanty concert and Shaq was on.
That was a sick one as well.
Was it good?
That was the one where you man were saying about me when I got the gal jumping all over me,
attacking you.
Loved it.
I did not love it.
Stop lying.
I still got them videos on my phone.
I watched that video the other day where Mum was like, hey. Mum was singing Jenny Wanted up.
I got attacked. It was.
You didn't get attacked, man. They said me too. But yeah, shit, I haven't used my Me Too shout in time.
It's not that time on the place. Oh, man.
One that I liked, just one just like at the top of my head as well that I rewatched again the other day was the Caroline. Is that how you say her name?
Caroline.
Yeah.
See, I even forgot about that.
And the had one was good too.
Yeah.
They've all been good.
They've all actually been good.
Really good. Yeah.
I think now we're on a stage, We're at the stage on a level that like, if anybody was to say like, oh, have you ever heard of the Frontleft podcast? We've got such a like selection to be like, check this one out, check this one out, check this one out. Because even the other day when I was talking to someone about like acting, I was like, oh, it's funny you mention acting. Because I was like, oh, we've got our next pod we've got Bobby who's from Hollyoaks. And he's like, what, really? Then we spoke about something else. And I was like, oh, we've actually done a pod on there. So I think it's good now that we've got like a collection.
Got like something for everyone.
Something for everyone. So like people can't really say like, oh, because I've had the question before, like, what you talk about. And then I'm just like, literally, we can talk about anything. Whereas some platforms, they try to keep it to what they feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
But I feel like we've been able to like just jump from one side to another
Yeah. Do you know what I realised when we had a lot of content? It was like episode, we're on 47 now.
Yeah.
And then people was like, oh, you said this in this episode. And I was like, oh, what episode was this? And I like go back, I'm like,
what I like about us though, what you just said. Oh, one thing I'm going to say to people, doing these pods is actually hard sometimes. It's not easy to get
yeah.
Don't, like people are like, what, how do you get this stuff? It is not easy. It's not easy at all.
You mean like the back end of it?
Yeah,
like,
it's not easy. And I listen to a lot of pods. Like, I don't want to. Can you beep this out for me?
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
Amount of how many times you've heard.
They repeat stories.
Yeah.
On a reg. So when they start saying it, I know the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know what you're saying. Sorry to cut you off, but I know what you're saying because in my head I'm thinking, I get it. They're at a level, or anyone who's at a level who can just speak and they'll have listeners.
Yeah.
But like, keep the content a bit.
Yeah. That's why I like. But can you beep that out too?
No, I keep them.
No, I don't want to keep the names because it's kind of like I don't want to keep the names.
No, I tweeted them the other day. Retweeted me. I want to be on their show, but carry on.
But like, they're good with their guests, but sometimes the conversations at the beginning is just
it's random as hell.
I was listening to it today, and they were talking about leg shots.
Oh, when he's saying what's leggy?
Leggy.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
And then it goes into the combo.
Yeah, they were talking about leggy for time. I was like, right, like, what on? Like,
but that's one thing I was thinking of. I mean, I know, like, obviously we have guests and like we plan it around them, and then the conversation goes in like in a unique way. But a lot of people's podcasts are people just talking and just having a conversation, and it's being recorded and it's being filmed and whatnot. Whereas we try and tailor ours. But I do still think though sometimes it is cool just to have a combo, because there's them times we'll just be chilling amongst us and we'll have a combo, and the combo is like, rah, If only we recorded it.
If
Do you know what I
only
mean?
people had heard this shit.
Yeah.
It's good. That's what I like about it, because it as I said, it takes like a lot of planning. Like I think the best thing for us people, you would say that we've in the beginning, I'm gonna be honest, but there was things that we had notes, and I think the best thing for us was to get rid of that.
rid of the notes.
Yeah.
Because it was always, we was trying to look at like, okay, have we hit this topic?
Yeah.
Have we hit this? Have we hit that? Have we hit this? Have we hit that? If you know what the generic chat was, then you didn't need that. And I think that was the best thing for us to do, because now it flows like a lot easier and a lot smoother than let me look at the thing that I wrote down, or let me go back and see if this is hitting this, or have we hit like boom, 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 6 markers before we get to the end. And it used to put kind of some sort of pressure, but now it's like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna go.
Do you know what I rate as well? That no edits really. It's just we just go with it.
It's a free for all. It's
Like,
Free for all.
No,
Yeah, trust that. I don't know whether people know that. Like, we don't actually edit anything.
people have asked me like, oh, how do you edit the pod? And I'm like, apart from the camera angles,
That's it.
Yeah, we don't cut content now. It's just there.
everything straight.
I think it's good that no one's too unruly to say some mad stuff.
Trey says he likes white girls, we keep it in.
Nah, trust it. I like
Hey, I can't talk no more.
white. But do you know what was funny though? The other day, someone, obviously I'm not gonna mention names, but someone, we were talking about design work, so he asked me for design work. Then he was like, oh yeah, I've been listening to your pod. Da, 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 da. Then he's like, oh, by the way, just to say to you, like, some of the stuff that some people say on your pod is so wild. He didn't say who, didn't mention names. Then he was like, he's like, yeah, you need to check your friendship group sometimes. Or they say some wild shit. Then I didn't really like.
Wait, he said it to us?
No, he said it to
Said
me.
to
I
him?
was speaking to him on the phone.
You guessed or about one of you
I don't know
He
who
was
he
saying
meant.
about us, but
I don't know whether he meant like who we have, like as in me and Trey and Josh, and like sometimes we've had Yemi or Munir or someone. That's our like friendship.
sounds like a threat.
I know. I was thinking to myself.
was this a guy or a girl?
Yeah, it was a guy. He didn't how he said it. I don't think he meant it as like, yo, you need to watch yourself. It wasn't like that, but it was like,
I'm gonna cancel you.
yeah, that like, it was that kind of thing. Like, yo,
Is that what he said?
we never said it, but that's kind of like the tone of voice how it came.
Hater of progress.
Enemy of progress. Be gone.
And I was thinking to my head, what? I know, like, we can say some things that people might not agree with, but it's not anything where it's
Nah,
being
someone said.
Maybe-
Okay, I can't lie.
Josh can speak for himself. Me, I'm not incriminating.
Someone said to me one time, innit? Basically, this pod's got me in bad trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But the only thing that I'll say, even though it may have got you in trouble, at least you're yourself.
yeah, I'm not gonna hide
'Cause
the fact of that.
If you come on here and then you were not, and then people
Yeah,
saw you outside of it,
and they'd be like,
and they're
yo,
like, what the
yeah,
hell?
what the-
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna be honest in it. So in the beginning of this pod, I would say like, I'll even say no. We're just gonna be honest with it. I'm very honest to how it is. But people use this pod to either get information on man,
Yeah.
or come and say that just to basically check me and be like, well, you said this on this pod. I was like, in the beginning when it started happening,
Use
man
it
was
as,
like, right, what
as
the
an
fuck?
equalizer.
Man was like, you said this on this pod, but well, did it, especially girls. And then one thing said to me, your voice is annoying.
I remember that was the same. That's why I said it's one of my favourites. That's the same pod where we were talking about Maya Jam and Georgia Smith.
Yeah.
Because there's a bit in it where you're just like, and I'm like, Josh, it's so I can't get into it.
And then it made me think like, do I need to start watching what I say? Because now people's feelings are going to be into this, or some people are going to be like, rah, well, baby, yo, I'm just going to be honest. A lot of gal were getting like really upset about the pod in the beginning. And then they were like, well, you said this on this day. Well, you did this, but you didn't say this.
Do you know, the only thing I'd say to that, obviously I can't say because I don't have that. I'm not a woman, and two, like it's different from an outsider's perspective rather than me doing the pod because we know each other kind of thing. But I'd say like, when things are said, like Josh said before, it's not easy, but when things are said, especially after 10 minutes, you just warm into it. So
100%.
it becomes, you just like go with the flow in it, and you don't really stop yourself. Maybe if you're talking to someone in face to face, you might be a bit like, oh. But when you're in this kind of environment and it's like
Yeah.
adrenaline's going and stuff, you're just gonna like speak what's on your
Yeah.
mind, especially when there's no like, we don't have a rule. We don't have rules.
Like,
Be like,
say
don't.
it. Like, I
Exactly.
rate anyone that comes in and says it with chest. Like, I'm not gonna go about and be like, right, not say that, because I'm not gonna flap it and say I didn't say it. I said it for a reason. I'm saying it. I always go with in fully. Someone said something to me actually. She was the person. She was like, oh, listen to you. She was like, oh, okay, so I don't want to get too into it, but I was never speaking to her. Like, I wasn't like, but she was like always trying to holler, man. Then she was like, oh, I've been listening to your pod. It's like, calm. I was like, oh, thank you. She was like, oh, I got people in my work to listen to it. Then I was like, oh, thank you so much. Like, that is really nice.
Yeah,
like,
it's big
yeah.
when people
I
share
was
the
like,
platform.
oh, that's really nice. Like, you got people in your work, and then she was like, but you said something, and I'm feeling like, oh, you're not the person for me. I was like, bro, since when was we talking? like,
Yeah.
you complimented my pod. You said you got people on it. Then you said I said something, and now I'm not the person for you. Where did it go from A to Z? like it was like 2 stages, and then she was like, yeah, but the way you said it, it was like, well, I agree. I disagree, and I was like, are we now going to have a debate about this? Like, if that's the case, like, I can talk, like, I can do this, like,
Yeah.
But then she was like, oh yeah, and I was just like, all right, cool. Like, if you want to come and speak it. Then she's like, no, I'm not for the podcast. I was like, all right, then shut up then.
That's true though. It's true. I feel like because obviously now we do a pod, but when you listen to other people's pods, I don't know whether you feel like it, because you listen to their content for so long, you feel you get to know their character.
Yeah.
You might forget that they don't know who you are listening.
Yeah.
But you know about them. So like, because we're not like at a mad level where there's so many people that we don't know, when people speak to us, because they listen to our content and our views, they're making an opinion on us.
100%.
So when the time goes by, if we say something that doesn't match what their opinion is or what they think of us, I feel like they can get comfortable, so they can say like, oh, and you said, and I'm like, yeah. People change their minds along the way. Like, you don't...
Yeah.
Like, I think everyone changes, and you can say something one day and then you can realise what I said, like, I didn't really, like, my perspective on it has changed. So
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
I don't really like think in the same way. Like, there's some pods that I've listened back to myself, and not that I've changed my perspective, but it's like I've forgotten I've said it.
Yeah.
So then when I'm watching it, I'm thinking it in my head,
Yeah.
and I'm like, shit, I actually said that. So I know, like, oh yeah. But then there's some things that I've had it before. Like, it's funny that you said that girls get to you. I've had it before where girls don't really know you, because sometimes there's people who know all three of us, or there's someone only know me, only know you, only know Trey. And I've had before like, like, who's your friend on the pod? I'm like, which one? So I'm like, which one? They're like, oh, there's, the bigger muscular one. I was like, oh, Josh. Like, yeah. I don't know how you man are friends, I've had that like 3 times. I'm like, what? It's like, yeah. I was like, why? He's like, you just seem so different.
But
And
we're
I was
actually
like,
so similar.
but that's the thing.
That's
We're very, very
Very
similar.
similar.
But I don't know, maybe it's the deliverance or just like, we are different, but obviously we are very similar in the things that we think.
Very
is-
similar.
yeah.
It's funny because, like, if you let's say we bump into like a group of girls or whatever, do you know what I mean? Like, they're all a group of girls and they're all mates for like a reason, do you know what I mean? They've all got
Yeah,
similarities,
yeah.
and they all have their own personality outside that group also as well. So
Yeah.
I've had that comment as well, saying like, "Rah, you're completely different to them." I'm like, "Fam,
We're saying you're completely different to us too.
us too, yeah." And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, "Trust me."
See, I feel like we are quite different. But then I just generally don't feel like people spend time. If they actually spend time with us, they'd be like, right, okay.
Yeah,
Like,
we're on each other's wavelength.
yeah, like,
yeah.
yeah, because it's not. I get that, like, where people are like, oh yeah, you are a bit different. But now I was like, if you look at our clique as a whole, I would say like we're the most, like, I've been friends with different people, and I'll say, and I've had boys and them, but us as a collective, we are actually very similar in
Yeah,
a
I
lot
think,
of aspects.
I think we all bounce off each other.
Yeah.
Because I said something to Mac the other day, yesterday. I was speaking to him yesterday because we were all saying like, oh, it's so nice we haven't seen like all been together at once. And then because I was like, oh, I was thinking it, but I didn't really say it to him. But he kind of said it to me, where I was like, even though we're like similar and different at the same time, when I feel like, well, for me personally, how I see it is when different people are with different people in the clique, not that they change, but like the energy kind of shifts more to whoever they're with, kind of thing. So like, if say like I've known Munir the longest, so I know me and him are really kind of similar in certain things, but at the same time we're not. Or like you and Connor per se. But then like when we're all together, it's like there's a lot of. Cause I feel like, I don't know, people who, I don't know whether people know all of everyone who like I'm talking about, but like there's quite a lot of big personalities, and I think it's quite rare to have 8-9 people with all big personalities that can link together. Because usually you'll get someone
it's only like 2.
Yeah, 2.
And then everyone's just like,
everyone's kind of like, but I think with us, it's like a lot. Because I made a comment. Because obviously half the clique stayed in flipping Menage, and half the clique went next door. I'm gonna say me listen to the podcast.
Get into it, bro. Get into it.
Half our clique went next door because they saw gal.
Nobody saw gal.
Whatever. I'm just saying what I saw in it. Maybe the liquor was taking my eyes in it, but I know half of us stayed in one venue and half of us, they saw gal and they ran away to the gal next. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm not naming names, innit? I'm not naming it. I could have been one of the ones who ran off the gal as well.
Then it was your loss.
Exactly. I should have stayed. Exactly.
Yeah, man.
But yeah.
Just said half ran after the girl.
Half of us.
Yeah.
Nah, for real.
Nah, for real though. Like as well with the pod. I'm just gonna say it outright. Apart from Go Off Sis, we kind of pioneered quite a bit now. Because as soon as I would say for us, Go Off Sis, they were the first ones.
Yeah.
And I'll give them their props. They were the first ones.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we came about, literally, then everyone was like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it.
Podcast.
We're gonna start doing podcasting.
Podcast.
It's kind of my fault though.
Nah, but it wasn't because it was like we came through.
Yeah.
And then obviously you got the space, but because you're tagged on to what we was doing, everyone was like, yo,
that's what you can do it.
If they're doing it in that place, I'm gonna inquire and do it in that place.
But that's not your fault. That's just you
No, I'm joking.
being able to like
Our
Give us-
success is your
give us-
success as well, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
65% still.
In
Nice.
lockdown, everyone started podcasting.
I don't know,
Maybe.
you know. I thought there was that period
A
of
lot did, but a lot
I feel like
left.
Yeah, because people were doing it because they wanted to try and like
Be creative.
and just
Yeah.
the extra time kind of thing. Then it got to the point where it's like, right, this is kind of
it's quite hard.
it's tough.
It's very hard.
You know
It's
what?
tough,
very
I
hard.
kind of feel like if you're doing podcast or doing anything for the wrong reasons, it can feel more like a chore. But you know, people are like, oh, where'd you get the time to do this? You're doing uni this.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I enjoy this shit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for me it's
like,
a release.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
use
yeah,
this
yeah,
now
yeah.
as like there was a period like not gonna lie, this is quite honest chat, but there was a period where a lot of us were feeling down about the pod. Tezzy was feeling down, I was feeling down, you was feeling down, and
oh, is this when we were gonna fight each other?
yeah, man. Seriously,
People
man.
don't know this.
People don't know this, man. Like this is
Did you just spill your
this is legit business, man. Like there was
shit? He was gonna,
yeah.
he was gonna come to my postcode.
it was legit, man. Like it was like there was like because for me, I was using this as like a de-stress. Like I was not happy. I was not happy with work. I wasn't happy with what things was going on. I just thought, yo, this fucking shit. And then the pod was like a de-stress. But then for you, the pod was giving you stress. And then I don't know for you. I think the pod was making them happy.
No, it was stressful because, you know, we got it to a level where I thought like we're only getting better and better each week.
Yeah.
Obviously, we were still improving, but the frustration with the whole lockdown thing, you know, couldn't get together. But we weren't even just getting together for doing the podcast. It was just even just socialised. You know what I mean? So like,
Oh shit! Because when you took a break, that's when lockdown happened.
yeah. But like
yeah.
also as well, it's like during the whole lockdown, I worked all the lockdown. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I'd finished work, you couldn't do nothing afterwards because you only go out to eat or whatever. And I'm like, I don't want to be spending my money. Like
Wait,
I wasn't
could you
eating.
go out
You
to
couldn't
eat
even
then?
go out to eat.
No, like after 6, because like all the shops were shut by 6 innit?
Huh. What lockdown were you doing?
No, like after like June, not weren't it? It was a June, weren't it?
You mean
It was June when like
it
some
was
retail
July.
stopped.
No, it was July.
No, it was
It was
June.
July.
I'm
It
sure
was July, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
June started to open slowly, but it was more towards July.
Yeah.
Okay.
When
yeah.
restaurant, because I work in a restaurant, I know it opened in July.
I was all
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, July then, and I was kind of like, I see all these people when it's sunny, like out, like either going for walks, picnics, or whatever they were doing, and I'm just like, I'm stuck inside. So, for me doing the pod, it was positive for me because, okay, cool, I'm still getting to socialise with my mates, but then, the impact was I weren't experiencing like outside things as well. Do you get me? So, but yeah, that was it really for me. To be fair.
Yeah. I think for me it was just more so like at the time it was working bare, then it was like going from work, then you go to do the pod, but then you go from doing the pod, like physically being there, to then being like, because for me if I do anything creative I do it to like try and do it to the best of my ability. So even if I'm in a team, I'm like in general just how I am. I'm like I'm checking up.
Yeah.
I'm like, has this been done? Has this been done? Has this been done?
Yeah.
Like-
do everything.
Yeah. So like with everything, with anything I do, sometimes I can be like, I need to be on top of A to Z. Whereas it's like, you need to kind of like let go of the reins a little bit and be like, oh, actually, can you do that?
Yeah.
Can you do that? Can you do that? Can you do that? Can you do that? And then allow everybody to be on the same level, rather than just trying to be like the one who is in charge all the time. Then it just gets on top of you, because then it's like you got a full-time job, but then you've got a pod, and then on top of doing the pod, it was like, because before lockdown as well, I remember we didn't have like structured times of like how long the pod would be.
Yeah.
So it would be like, sometimes it'd be extra work, sometimes it'd be like, now because we've got more of a structured time, they're like, the amount I have to do is just, I know how to do it kind of thing. Whereas in the beginning it was more so like a bit new, and then it's like, okay, on my day off, in quotations markets, actually no, I've got to make sure all this is done, on top of like trying to, like as Trey was saying, like you're trying to socialise or you're trying to do X, Y and Z, but
It's
Obviously
routine
that-
at the end of the day, isn't
yeah,
it?
keeping routine, but then it was just it just got too
Not too much.
hectic, but
Aye.
it's alright. If anyone wants to be front left's administrator, PA,
Manager.
manager.
It's not. It's
Nah, I
not-
wouldn't get a manager. You can
It's
just,
really not easy. Like
yeah.
I would say, like if anyone was gonna start a pod, it's a lot of planning. Like
And that's between three of you. Imagine doing it on your own.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Imagine doing all of it just one.
I think doing it, if I did this by myself, I don't think it would have lasted a year.
I think I could, but I wouldn't do it weekly. I wouldn't do it weekly. I'd try and make sure to get like a big solid guest, maybe every 2 weeks
I
or
think
monthly.
If you were editing and like curating, though, it would be a lot more work than it is, because you just do free flowing conversation.
Yeah.
Like, it's manageable.
Yeah.
You don't have to listen to it back and be like, oh, the way I said that was wrong.
Yeah. True say.
Jeez, pull up the mic. Mic
I know, yeah,
etiquette.
you may as well pull up the mic.
Yeah, but
I should've-
what else as well, man?
May as well just so
Nah,
people
go on,
can
go
hear.
It's not even connected.
Oh, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Mad.
Well,
I
so
was joking, by the way.
Nah, he's Jamie, innit?
I'm trying to even think what else has happened throughout the year of front left. To be honest,
There's loads of things that have happened. It's just a natural development, I
Mhm.
think. As well, this is me being honest. People who watch the podcast or listen to the podcast, sometimes they try and gas my head. But like, I'm a humble person. Cause
going with this?
No. It's going wrong. Basically, no. Because sometimes they say things to me like, oh yeah, you know, I like how you said this, and you should do this, and like they kind of almost saying like front left is like a me thing, not me as if I do all the work kind of thing, but like I should be able to, do you know, like lead it in a sort of way. And I try and tell people like just because I do the intro, it doesn't mean that like I'm like, you know, in charge, calling the shots kind of thing. Because some people have made some comments and I've told them, and I'm like, it doesn't work like that. Because if it did work like that, then I'd just do the Tezki show or something. Do you know what I mean? Like that. It's just that's how simple it is. So I always say to people like it's a team thing. It's 3 people, and then front left is 3 people. It's the 3 of us.
That's what it is.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be be front left. Just be front.
Fucking. And we're not a political party either.
I know, yeah. Some people they fall down the beginning. Isn't
so it's funny because Chair, she was like yesterday. She's like, oh my god, I just got onto front left. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, don't gas me. Is it front left or what you mean when you're in the rave? She's like, oh my god, I messaged Tiana saying, is front left about front left? And she's like, ask him. And I was like, yeah. I was like, that's what it's about. It's like being front in a rave, innit? And like the whole, it was us because it was mad because I was telling her like how front left wasn't even meant to be called front left. And I think we either went to a motive the week before.
No, it was after, wasn't it?
No, it was before. Something happened before, because that's how I came up. I was like, front left.
Yeah.
Something happened.
Oh, I mustn't have went to it.
September.
So the end of September was Clukie.
Yeah, we went. Trading Gold, me and you went.
And then...
It was that one where we got the picture with James.
Yeah. But then there was some reason, because I said it to you for some reason.
You said it out the blue, and it was just, I think you just said just front left.
Yeah.
Just like that.
And I was like, front left.
Yeah. I remember just looking at it, laughing, and I was going...
I seen it, I was like, I like this one.
This is the name. I was like, this is the name.
That's actually the name.
People, I've asked me that as well. So I was like, if I tell you the reason... you're just going to laugh.
Yeah. And I was like, when it just hit like front left, I was like, rah. Like, that's us.
That's us, yeah.
Like, that really is us front left. And I was like, that's the name of the pod. Like, because we was thinking of the name and we made names and we came up with one. I was like, yeah. I was like, nah. You know when you know something in your spirit is saying that's the one?
Yeah.
That was the one.
You can just tell.
You can tell.
It just hits. It fits nicely. It fits real nicely. But the thing that you were saying actually before about, pardon me, other people making podcasts and stuff, I feel they need to start giving us our props. I'm being serious. Nah, because there was a period of
talk.
Nah, I'm gonna talk that talk. Because when I post things like the best podcast in the Northwest, I actually mean it. Like that's not even me having banter and that's like me being like, I think for me personally, one of the reasons why I was like, okay, we can do the podcast because we've all got that personality to do it on camera, because some pods are just good to listen to.
Yeah.
You'll watch it and it's dry, but you can listen to it. But I feel like because we have the personality to do it on camera, as well as being audio, it's like, okay, like boom, we can grasp people's attention and stuff. So like when there was a period of time where there's just bare podcasts popping up at the front and centre, this one's following the front left, this one. I was thinking in my head, rah, you guys need to start being honest. Why you started it is because you listened to our podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like if you didn't listen to our podcast, then I don't know whether you'd have been. I was like, I'm being serious.
serious.
No, I'll
actually being serious.
Right, of course, yeah. No, what do you mean?
What did he say? Is it the greatest?
It's motivating people.
Oh yeah.
What is
No,
it?
I'm just saying
The
give us our
greatest sort of imitation is.
Because we gave props on our very
Fastest
first episode.
invitation.
We said like how we was listening to like all these pods and we were like,
yeah.
give just homage in it. Be
Yeah,
like,
trust
yo,
some.
let me eat rice. Give me some
Pioneers in the
basmati.
game. You know that actually, speaking of that basmati versus long grain rice, bare people messaging me saying, "Rah, who's picking basmati?"
Bare people pick basmati though.
I know, that's what I didn't get.
Landslide.
That's what I didn't get. But then the DMs, it was like didn't want to shout it. They were like in the DMs, like, yo, Long Grain is the winner. But on the votes, it was like
Basmati, and I was like, yeah.
But then everyone in the DMs was like, yo, I don't know who's picking. I was like, what?
But a lot of people was picking Basmati.
We should have a show and just have like the Long Grain and Basmati.
Nah, the Long Grain's
decide.
dead. Long Grain's dead because people even message me.
I don't
like,
eat Long
right,
Grain.
You don't eat Long Grain.
See?
I was like, right? Long Grain is not that nice.
Anyone who's listening to this, they should message us when they listen to this.
Yeah.
Tell us Long Grain or Basmati.
But the results were in. It was like a big
landslide.
It was a
like
massive
80-20.
Yeah. Like
unanimous.
no, it really
it
was.
actually was, which
It
kinda,
actually
like,
was.
Undisputed.
Kind of surprised me still, but yeah. What have you man been doing recently anyway? I've been watching bare films.
What films?
What films?
Fam, just films that have been like not new films, but films that have already been out. Like I was writing film reviews as well. I've just been getting into writing. Yeah, obviously I wrote a football article the other day, but
About Jack Grealish.
man, like Jack Grealish.
That was
Yeah,
sick.
man.
Thanks. But I wrote a film review as well. It's mad, you know. When I write the stuff, I do it directly after I've just watched it.
Yeah.
And I did like 1,600 words. It's like that. Like the Grealish one, when I looked this, the word count was just under 1,600 words. But I did another one that was just in my notes, and it was just like 1,500 words.
Wow.
And I was thinking to myself, you know what? I need to capitalize on this a little bit more. But there's a film called A Day and All Night, I think it is, and it's got
All night and all day.
I don't know what it's one of those things. It's a black film with
It's about black sheep.
what? I said it's a black film.
Oh.
Man said it's a black sheep. I think it's called All Day and a Night. All day.
All Day. Oh no! Remember that song, the Kid Cudi one?
Yeah.
Day and night.
Yeah, All Day and a Night. It came out in 2020.
That's not what I was thinking of. I was thinking
What was you
of
thinking
Majid Jordan.
Magic Jordan.
Yeah.
Magic Jordan. I
No,
don't
it's
know which
Majid.
one.
Majid
Jordan.
Jordan.
Is it Magic Jordan?
It's
No,
'cause
you're thinking the
English.
basket.
You have to say Majid.
Sorry.
Majid.
Oh, but yeah, people call it Magic Jordan, but it's Majid Jordan, and they've got a song called Day and Night. Day and night.
I don't listen to Majid Jordan, so I wouldn't even know.
Day and
I
night.
get your body feeling right.
Hey.
Someone's gonna sample this.
Yeah, trust.
Day and night.
And then I was watching Bad Boys yesterday. 'cause I
Bad
hadn't seen it
boys,
in
bad
time.
boys. What you gonna do?
It's not
What
that
you
good.
gonna do when you come for you? Bad boy, bad boy. Hey.
Why are you laughing so much?
So I was watching Bad Boys. This is
Bad Boys for
lockdown, yeah?
life. Yeah.
And somebody put on my Instagram story, and it went, "Is that your friend from Frontleft?" Thinking it was you. Saying he's Martin Lawrence.
That's so
Martin
funny.
Lawrence, you know.
I was
Do you know
laughing.
what's funny? I'd say he's one of my like I don't have like idols kind of say, but people that like when you grow up who you kind of like
yeah.
inspired to inspire you kind of thing.
Who else?
Will Smith was another one.
Michael Carr.
Michael Carly's one
Michael
actually.
Carr is the kind of dad I want to be.
Will Smith. My dad used to remind me of Will Smith when he was young. When I was younger.
Oi, Zambini Smith.
They're both called Will.
Hey,
Right?
yes.
Yeah. So, because he was one of them, you watch Fresh Prince, and then like, not like he was like them, but like, you know, sometimes he'd just be silly,
Yeah.
and then it would just be like, oh yeah. Who else? There's other people. I can't really think, but definitely Will Smith and Martin Lawrence.
Also, when he said Bad Boys is not that good. Bad
I've-
Boys is actually quite good because it's got that sexy woman in it in the first one.
There's two
She,
sexy women in
the white woman with the short hair.
there. Yeah.
That's the first one.
Yeah,
Innit?
yeah.
Badders.
Yeah. Her face.
Because who
She's
does
a
she
model.
fancy?
She fancies Will Smith,
Yeah.
but Martin is pretending to be Will.
Oh yeah.
So Martin is Mike Lowry in it, and then she's
Yeah.
like, "How are you so smooth?" And then she's trying to like entice him on the bed, and because obviously in the thing, Martin's got a wife and children,
Yeah.
but Will's staying with her wife and children because the detective has told her that Mike is staying. So she comes in. The funny is she goes in, and like she's looking, and then obviously it's meant to be Martin's house, isn't it?
It's got pictures
There's
of
bare pictures of Will Smith. So she's asking us like, yo. Like, what's the deal with... And then he's like, oh. He's like, it's a cop thing, you know, like, No, he's like,
how many times has it saved his life or something?
yeah, he's like, yeah, because he saved my life bare. Like, it's a cop thing, so he's like my partner, and she's like, oh, I thought you were gay. And then he's like, no, but he wants to say I've got a wife and kid, but he can't say it, obviously.
The wife is good looking too.
She's good, yeah.
She is.
And then Bad Boys.
You know what was actually a dead film? Friday. Terrible.
Do you think it's dead?
I rewatched it and I was like, these man cannot act. Like, it's actually just
trying
it's
to
all
think.
over the place.
Do you know what? I'm trying to think of it. Is it because we're watching it 20-something years later where we're like...
There's some old films, like I watched Don't Be a Menace the other day.
Don't Be a
and
Menace is classic.
That's still very good.
That is very good.
Very good.
I watched Get Out of... Straight Outta Compton as well yesterday.
Wait, the one that came out not too long ago?
Yeah, came out 5 years ago, no?
What?
Yeah, it came out 2015. It came up
Yeah,
on
it's
the
because
thing.
it's recently new, innit?
Yeah, but that seems like time ago.
That's time ago.
Yeah, came out in 2015 with
Hey, Martin's wife in Bad Boys is actually a serious
she's
Contender.
nice.
Yeah, no, she really is.
And there's the model that got shot in the beginning's peak. She's playing as well.
Shot in the back in there.
Yeah. When she goes to the drug dealer's house or
Is
whatever.
that one with Ice Cube's son who plays Ice Cube?
Yeah,
That's straight out of
yeah.
Compton. Yeah. He looks too much like him.
He doesn't. He?
And how he
His
speaks.
mannerisms.
Because you know what, the first time I watched it, I didn't know that was Ice Cube's son.
You thought it was Ice Cube?
No, not that. But I was like, where did they get this actor that looks exactly like Ice Cube and it can do his mannerisms?
Yeah.
Even the way he like kind
But
of...
didn't he get Eazy-E's son to play Easy in the film?
No, that's
No,
not.
I don't think
that's
so.
not his son.
Are you sure?
That's a different actor. I checked,
okay.
but he looks like him and he plays that. He won like so many different awards for it because I was
He sounds
checking.
like him, yeah. He really sounds.
Sounds like him. Like even how he looks as well. It's just like
Cruising down the street.
yeah,
A massive fault.
yeah. It's crazy to think about it, but yeah, that's me. I've been films and British comedies as well. I've been watching a few British comedies, like really getting into them again.
You ever seen Peep Show? That's one of my favorites.
I've seen Peep Show, but that's not one of the ones I've been watching recently. I tried to start watching The Office again, but it's just too many seasons. I
Which
can't be
one?
bothered.
UK.
The UK one, just to
With
try.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah,
Man like Rick.
and Chewing Gum as well. Michaela Cole, she's so funny. She's so talented. People who know about Chewing Gum and other stuff. She did a documentary called I May Destroy You as well. It came out in lockdown. It's about like in the show she gets raped, and it's like about the whole kind of like, it's like her point of view, but it's like basically it was like a bit educational how it came across, because it's obviously she's talking about like a woman's point of view of like how you can go out on a night out with your friends kind of thing. They go, you get too drunk, you're left with someone who you think you know, then she wakes up but she's having flashbacks, but she doesn't know what's happening. Then she goes to a job interview the next day, but she kind of knows what's happened, but I think she gets drugged or something, so she doesn't really know what's happened. And then like she's in the job interview, and I remember like her nose starts bleeding and stuff, and you can see her like she's disorientated, and people are like, what the hell? But like in that program, she's like a famous author or like a writer, because people come up to her on the street and like, oh, I love your work and da-da-da. But like they show it from her point of view where she's actually still like high basically, and she's still like woozy and stuff. But I haven't finished that because it's just some of those things when you watch it, it's like deep. Like when you're watching them kind of things, you're like, shit, this stuff actually like that actually happens. But I will finish that. But Chewing Gum was funny.
Wish I had time to watch more stuff.
But I don't watch TV, me, man.
I know.
It's not worth it.
I don't watch it when it's on though, because Chewing Gum came out 3 years ago.
But the thing
I'll
I
go
would...
back to
Is that's with the black girl in it?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I've never watched it.
It's funny.
I just used to see the...
Like clips on.
Yeah.
You go watch it. You'll appreciate it now.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go and watch it, like it is jokes.
All
Comedy in it is jokes.
I listen to is podcasts, to be honest.
Mm.
And I watched the odd Netflix show.
Mm.
The Boys is very good. Very good.
What's the boys?
It's like a superhero thing, but it's like how if superheroes were born in this society. It's actually what could actually be like if it was like...
I feel like
I always talk about it because it's actually very good.
Mm.
Like it's like if it was made by $1 billion company
Mm.
and the more invested about stocks and
Yeah.
the growth and how to make money and capitalism and stuff like that, and it takes in like a lot of like things into like what's happening now, so like terrorism, sexual assault, Me Too, sexuality. Like it's actually very good. But yeah, they put it all in there. It's quite dark, but then it's still good at the same time.
What about you, Che?
What was the question?
I've just said I've been watching
He said,
films.
what you watching? What you learning? What you reading?
all them things, yeah.
Jollof rice.
Just I've not really had any time, to be fair. Just uni, modules, courses. You know what's mad? Do you know when we were all at like uni, like doing like our undergraduate, like you had like jobs at the time as well, didn't you? Yeah. I didn't realize how much extra time I'll put into studying outside of my studies that I actually do. Do you get me?
So,
And then still have time to socialize, party, go gym,
so
do bare stuff. Do you get me?
that so I don't know if it was for you, but like first year was only like the only time crunch time would come would be like
When you need to.
November December period, because you would get your first module for your exam when you come back in January, and then the summer it was like it was basically it was between March and the first week of May.
Yeah.
So that was the crunch time for me. That was like crunch time between first and second year. When I got into third year, it was like
Every day.
library. But I could never do library in the daytime. I used to go bare late
In
at
the
night.
night time, yeah, I'm exactly the same.
Like you still money in my third year, weren't you?
Yeah. Fair.
So it was like every day at night. But then we were still working Tiger. Then we will still do hot mess on a Wednesday. Then I still back gym. But I still say this to this day, I was in the
Best shape.
of my life, but minimum sleep, like day at minimum, and I still live like a good life. But like, it was just like, if I didn't put in because I'm not gonna lie, me going into lectures was just to get my attendance.
Yeah.
I was not learning. Like I would look at the screen, but I'm telling you now, them words were not going into my head. I was there to be like, cause I don't want my loan to be stopped. Like,
Yeah, no, I get you.
yeah, like
Needed that mark in
you
there.
needed that mark. You can't be like, I needed that, so like I had to go in, and but it was just.
You know what's mad? You know what's mad though? Right now, like the whole uni experience is way different because even though people are like, oh yeah, but it's just online, and I know some people don't even go to lectures. They just, just catch the content, Joe, from like the whatever website that you get it from. But the aspect of just going to the library, just with people to not just chill, but to then like share, you can't do that.
Can't even do that.
You can't even do
rules and
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I only had like select people I'd share notes with, and it was like 2-3 people. And they were like my select.
But at least you had the choice. You don't even have the
Everyone
choice.
else was like, nah. Like I was like, first of all, I don't really trust you, man, and I don't really want to chill with you.
Yeah.
Like I was not antisocial, but like no offense to some uni people, but you were never my kind of.
It's not even that. Some people used to go uni to post it on socials, and they wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
I've seen. I remember. I don't name names, but I've seen a couple of people. And I'm thinking, how are you going to the library with 6-7 man
I've seen
to
bare
like
people
post it on your Insta and Snap and stuff? Like,
I hated that in the library.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
They used to go to do shaku.
That's what I'm saying. And then they
yeah.
get bored and start doing music videos
Hated
and
it.
recording it. It's like, why?
Hated it.
You should have just stayed at home.
Think about it now, though. Like it would just be TikTok in the library, wouldn't it?
Exactly. That's what.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
No. It would be.
That's what I mean. People got the opportunity and
Would be still.
just say renegade.
That's
I don't even know what it is. What's that?
Library as well. Even though I was there to read books, library is the best place to chirps go. Like the best place. Yemi was saying this the other day.
I know you said it last week on the pod.
Did Yemi say this too?
You both said it.
Oh yeah, for you, fam. Yeah, library was like the hub to find the best things ever. It's like,
Do you know what? When you, even though it sounds silly, like you should go to study, whatever. To be honest, you're in an environment where everyone's sober. Well, you think they are anyway.
fam.
Everyone's sober, and also on top of that, you're quiet and you got the most time to actually chat,
Bro,
and you can do work as
I was
well.
gonna say, do you know, if you have a
Yeah.
conversation in the library, do you not think it's a lot more intimate?
It is because of the setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fam, there was this one Asian girl in our fucking. She was the year above me, and oh my god,
Lovely.
she was just so good looking, like, like you know, man used to just go library in it, and then you know when you just start, you know, you just look at someone, you just look at.
Man licked his lips.
I didn't lick my lips. You know when you just look at someone now and you're like, rah, like, you're just buff. My mum looked at her for a year, like just. She never had the confidence to speak to man. Never had the confidence to speak to her. Until you remember, okay, Park Life, not the third one, the second one,
Fam, there's a lot of
2015.
yeah.
No, wait.
Yeah, that would have been your second one.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, 2015.
Which is the one Joel came with us?
16.
16.
Yeah.
Where was the one where we met Jacob and that outside?
The one that I came to.
Jacob, and then we saw Liv and all them who was walking.
Oh, at the end.
Yeah. 16.
16. That was the third one
as
then.
well.
So I came
Okay,
to that one.
so Mum met her in Park Life at the end, and she started walking with us. And that's it. Mum was like, "You're my library crush."
I think I remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember what she looks like, but I remember that. I remember that
Yeah,
happening.
I was like,
yeah.
I was like, rah, like, I deep, you know, I was like,
I love you.
Confessions came
nah,
out. You know?
my mum was like, I
my
deep you out, you know. She's like, I do too. I was like, oh. I was like, you're actually buff though, like, but she's, you know, who used to be like proper tight. I don't even get it into. I'll tell you afterwards.
Bleed the name.
I used to ask him like, "Yo, what? You tell me your name." Man would never say shit. It's. I'll tell you the click who it is at the end.
Okay.
But like, man was fully salty. I was like, "Yo, she's nice." It took me a whole year to.
And he would never tell you a name.
It took a whole year because I didn't have the confidence to be like, "Yo, what's your name?" She never had the confidence to come say that. And took the end of Park Life. He was walking up because she was walking up with us. And mum thought, you know, fuck, this is my chance. Start spraying bars. Like, tell me what you're saying. Then she ended up getting a boyfriend, like, shortly after. And then she's been with man ever since. Them library times were serious, you know.
It happens like that, man.
Actually
Sometimes
happens,
it
man.
happens like that. Jeez Louise. I can't remember. There's something I was going to say. You remind me of something, but I can't even remember now. What were we talking before about library? I can't even remember what I was going to say. There was something that I had ready to say, but I can't even remember what I was going to say. My head is literally just gone blank then. What were we talking about just before library?
TV.
When I was saying TV.
Yeah.
Some more bad boys.
Bad boy for life.
Bad
That's
boys
what I was
from
going
the
to
gang.
say. The other thing that I've been watching is Utopia. I don't know whether you man's ever watched it. You'd like it, but it's so weird because it's like everything that's happening in Utopia is like happening now in this kind of like COVID world we live in. It's so weird. So it came out in 2013 and 14. It was actually filmed in Liverpool. So when you watch it, it's funny. You're like, right, they're on Logi. Right, they're on Smith Down. But like how it's edited, they like saturate it and they make it look like as if it's like somewhere else. But if you live there,
Yeah.
like there's parts that were filmed just like down the road. You're like, rah, I swear that's Prinnyville, whatever. It's basically what Utopia is like a group of people who have this comic. The comic's called Utopia. They are just everyday people. So one person works in the IT, one person works in a school, one person works whatever. And they all go on this chat show. Well, not chat show, sorry, on online to this like you know them like online clubs you can do.
Oh
like,
yeah.
say like someone likes football, so you all sign up to it. But it's for Utopia.
Like a forum kind of thing.
Kind of like a forum, yeah. For Utopia. And then because what happens in Utopia, it's a comic in the thing. Apparently whatever's happening in Utopia is predicting what happened in the previous century. So then the people all sign up online and talk about it, and they're like, what if Utopia was real? So they start unraveling different things and they realise that it's actually real. But then the government know that these people know it's real, and then the government are out to stop these people who are all part of this allegiance. And then what happens? Like, I'm not gonna obviously go and tell you what happens in it, but basically, the whole plot of it in Utopia is that there's this Russian flu, and the government who is in the Russian flu, it's called Kovat.
Wow.
Exactly.
Kovat 13? Kovat 13?
It's not 13, but it's called Kovat. It's
What?
Russian flu.
I need the toilet. Hey, my legs. Oh, my legs are actually killing me.
If anyone could see the acrobats.
Acrobatic.
So yeah, it's called Kovat, and then it's Russian flu. And then what happens is that the government are in on it, and they know. But one of the women who is like, she's been basically brainwashed from young. The cure that they put is in her blood, but she doesn't know. So like, she's just grown up being like, you know, in the superheroes, like she's like numb to pain, and she's like, she's had so much trauma through her life. The government are sending different people to try and find her because she's got the cure for it. But then she meets all these different people along the way, and she's trying to like stop it. But it's mad because there's the Russian flu. It's called Kova. The Russian government now want to get this out, and then the vaccine that they have in that vaccine, basically what they put in the vaccine is a sterilizer.
cells.
No, it's a sterilizer, so the human population can't reproduce.
I believe that still.
I know, but if you watch it, it's like everything they're saying is like stuff like David Icke says and stuff like that, and I feel like it's a bit too close to home. I'm on to the second series now, but
Kovat.
everyone go and watch Utopia. It's on Amazon Prime.
And the thing's called Kovat 13.
It's not 13, but it came out in 2013. But it's called the Russian government, and the man in it, he sleeps with a Russian prostitute. This is how mad the story. Like, whoever wrote it is sick. So he sleeps with a Russian prostitute, but he's working for the healthcare and the government high up. He's trying to have a baby with his wife, but the wife can't conceive, so they have to do like IVF or surrogacy. Sorry, they have to do surrogacy. First time he sleeps with the Russian prostitute, she's now pregnant. So the government know that he's got this Russian prostitute pregnant. So but he knows the doctor who knows why they're giving the vaccine out, and he wants to go and like stop it basically. And then every time he goes to have like a conversation with someone, they pull him into this room and they go, "Oh, how's your wife?" Then it just dawns on him. Then he goes, "Oh, I wouldn't want her to find out about like you and the
Blackmail.
Russian." Yeah, blackmail. He's getting blackmailed. Everyone like
Because he chopped?
Yeah, but he chopped a prostitute and got her pregnant.
Oh, I thought he chopped there.
No,
To like have the baby.
no.
Is that not how
No,
Just
but
going to
he-
say surrogate.
That is how it, well, not like that, but he was just vexed because he wasn't happy in his marriage,
Oh, okay.
but he still wants a baby with his wife. But then he gets a prostitute, and then he gets the prostitute pregnant, and it's like rah. But it's a mad twist, mad plot twist.
Wow.
But yeah, that's Utopia. I'd say.
Just because you can chop, don't chop.
Exactly, man. Trust me. But yeah, anything else to
Nah, that's...
But
What time is
Utopia
it?
is the one.
We're at time pretty much.
Done like an hour and 5. Hour and
Man,
10.
I'm
Still got 10
starving.
minutes, innit?
Hour and 5. How
No,
much
he
is it?
counted it before.
When did I say 1 hour?
40, you said it
5
10 minutes ago. Was it?
It's been 10 minutes, so you've got another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
10
right,
minutes,
okay.
yeah,
Oh.
cool.
What was I going to say? Fucking... What else has happened recently?
The only things that happen are just fucking injustices in the world.
Yeah. SARS, man. Africa. So someone said something the other day. Someone said when it was all to do about like opening gyms and fucking, they were like, why isn't there the same energy for about opening your gyms and lockdown and Black Lives Matter compared to the injustice what's happening in Africa?
Mm.
I was like, it's true. Like
Yeah.
if Black Lives Matter were everywhere, that whole George Floyd went everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it was not just here. Even Africans were like George Floyd.
Yeah,
you get what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like,
Josh is too like.
no. Like, even they were like George Floyd. Why isn't there no one really getting onto this whole SARS thing? But do you know what's actually mad? Not to take away from SARS, but like, stuff is what's happening in Yemen. Stuff that happened in Albania as well. What happened recently?
Mm.
A lot of Albanians were like killed.
I think the only difference obviously it's not. This is what I don't like when I go on social media. People like to
choose when.
Yeah, not even like they'd like to choose, but it's like, it's almost like saying, why aren't you as angry as I am about this? Why are you not as angry as I am about this? And it's like, I get it, like, keep the same energy, but it's tiring and traumatizing, man. You want us all to be freedom fighters, and they back in every single cause that happens. Like, no one will have any joy in their life ever.
Yeah.
And like, I do get the whole like, you know, people are protesting and their lives are being taken away. That obviously that's tragic, but not everybody feels as related. I think with the George Floyd thing is because it's pushing in your face.
In your face.
You turn on the news and you're showing like that was intense. That's like never been
like that.
And
before.
then it became a thing where like everybody, even you turn on sports, everybody, like it took over kind of thing. Whereas like there's lots of other injustices are happening. Like said SARS, said Albania, Yemen. You could literally go anywhere.
Yeah.
So
like there's always something going on in other parts of the world. Do you know what I mean?
Just like literally all the time, and maybe so like I guess we're kind of lucky. We're kind of a bit privileged. We don't live. Obviously, there's things that are wrong, but we live in a country that the government aren't sending soldiers out to like shoot people in the street and stuff like that, and like obviously it may happen like low key, but it's not as
prevalent.
Yeah, it's not as prevalent. It's not like in your face, and we don't have to fear for our lives the same way like people are going out on the streets and like literally being like shot.
The one I saw in Cameroon was mad.
I purposely try not to look at it. Like, it's too much.
They just went into school and just killed kids. Like, how is that? Or what tells you to go and kill kids? Like, how is that getting back at the government? What do these kids have? Like,
they don't have anything.
They don't have anything. So why? Whoever, see, this is what I don't get. Like, you're fighting against your government. You're fighting against inequality. So why are you targeting the people who would just equally inequalitize? I don't know if that's a real word, but it's you.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense because then it's like someone was saying the other day, like, when people loot, why go after the black businesses? Like
that though, that's more to do with proximity though.
Yeah, but even still, the people who were having injustice, like I remember this vividly where this man was crying. He was like, well, why are they trying to loot my business when I'm suffering as much as you?
Yeah, I've seen it. There was one during the protest that happened with the older man. He's like screaming, like almost crying.
Yeah,
it's like this is my livelihood basically. Yeah, why are you destroying it? Like it shouldn't be
that way. But people are like that. But yeah. Let's jump off this. What's the future for Frontleft? What do you have in mind?
What I have in mind, I don't know. I don't want to say anything before people steal ideas.
Not 4, not 5, 6 more years of Frontleft, maybe more.
6 years, you know.
Hopefully. Do you know what would be sick? But the only thing is,
what?
Just all this COVID shit is just not annoying. But just like
Frontleft juniors.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
In 10 years time.
Oh yeah. Like it's like S Club and S Club.
I know, yeah. Nah,
S Club 7 genius.
I've just said like I've always had like an idea of like getting different pods together and just like Red Table, but not like Red Table.
Yeah.
Just being like, boom, we go back to back and just because I like we've always said like these things happen, but they all happen in London.
Yeah.
So we've got the opportunity to be pioneers of something in the.
I had some weird image in my head of like us like. Do you know where you have like sports day, but like podcast feed podcast?
Fam, that'd be sick.
That'd be sick.
What the podcast?
Like challenge, like challenges or something like that. Yeah,
that'd be cool. That'd actually be funny. Like Pod Olympics. Then we can do Frontleft does brunch, like you said.
Yo, that.
Yeah. Trust. I actually want to throw an event like that, you know.
What about one of those like how well do you know each other challenges for couples, but like
for what pod v pod?
Yeah.
Could do that. That'll be one of the challenges. Don't worry. But yeah, I don't know why. What have you got anything in mind? I just want to get more guests. I feel like we're on a roll, so I want to try and have different kind of conversations. When I say different, like ones that you wouldn't normally have.
Kind of like
Just
out the box, like intrigues my intellect.
Yeah, or get someone who you wouldn't really interact with. Like, not someone you wouldn't interact with, like, just because, I don't know.
You know what I've enjoyed also as well? It doesn't really happen that often, is when we get asked questions back. To be fair also as well.
Yeah, people interact. I think that helps.
Like a dial-in section where you get a call in.
Hello, caller. This is your lucky winner.
That'll actually be good. Yeah.
Like actually, when I was younger, yeah, I used to listen to. So you couldn't get like a stream to this, so you have to do it like from a link, and Howard Stern. So I'm actually a big. You know, have you heard of Howard Stern?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so he used to have like a radio show, massive, and it was out there. Like he used to get like people with disabilities and make them do like spelling challenge. In fact, it was crazy. He used to make them to do like spelling challenges. I don't know how it was running back then either. It was like early 90s to 2000s. You used to get like, as I said, disability people, make them do spelling challenges, see who could spell the right thing correctly. You used to get porn stars. Have you ever heard of the amphibian? So it's like a tongue, but like it spins.
Okay.
But they're naked.
Oh, mad.
And it's a vibrator.
Okay. Oh, okay. When you said that, not that I know what it is,
I
but
thought it was like a ride and like a
no, so it's like
a theme park.
One of them things as well. And you just used to make them do like the maddest stuff on air.
So what? These guests were live on the show.
Howard Stern's radio show was, for me, like when I say talking about like, you know how some people only listen to like American radio shows from The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
I started listening to like Howard Stern because you know Beetlejuice. You ever seen Scary Movie? Like my name's Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
He was on Howard Stern radio show and then he got big. So then when I used to listen to the Howard Stern show and you could get like clips and stuff like that and you could watch them. You can't. It's been sensitized on YouTube now, but it was like if there wasn't no laws.
Yeah.
That's how I would want like my podcast to be like.
Mad.
Howard Stern had it. He had it on locks, but like people don't do stuff outlandish like that no more because, first of all, some of the stuff that they used to do was very like debatable. Yeah, very controversial. But like it was actually very enjoyable at the same
That's
time.
what people need though, man. Let's do it.
I love
We'd have to think
The
of.
world's too censored as it is.
Nah,
It
true.
is,
We'd have to
it
think of
is.
something that is.
But
like,
sometimes I think it's quite good, you know. Like I used to sometimes I'm like, yeah, you're a bit of a stick in the mud. Some of this can't run. In terms of comedy, and like yeah, because it was given. I'm one of them where I used to be like, no, like Little Britain, Little Miss Jocelyn, all Howard Stern, all that kind of stuff, and I was like, rah, why isn't comedy like that? But then it was because it's not there. It was giving more people the green light. Because it was on TV to be like, you know what, fuck it, I can say these things.
Yeah,
Because it's on TV, and I can now generalize this is how a set race acts. So it was still giving that kind of idea.
Yeah.
But now that it's kind of been, I'm like, you know what, I actually deeper, I'm like, you know, it's good that it's not there because now they don't look at it and be like, one race acts that way. No, we don't act that way.
Don't stereotype.
Yeah. So yeah. But that's it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Anyone who's listening to this, because I always forget there might be new people listening. Obviously the Front Left podcast, Front Left of all conversations. Just three of us, me, myself, Tezza, Trey, and Josh. Thanks for everyone who's been listening. Obviously, this is the first one, technically, of our second. We're going towards our second year, so yeah, we're gonna try and keep consistent with it as much as possible. I just want zoomed in so much. Sorry, Trey, just a good video, but yeah. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Apple Podcasts.
Yes.
There's Bear, Overcast, Buzzsprout,
Everywhere.
anywhere on YouTube. Tell your friend to tell your friend to tell your friend to tell the auntie. The best podcast in the Northwest. That's us over and out.
Peace.
See you later.